Welcome to episode 23 of Miami Masterclass. I'm Ian, and we are so close to the end of the 2017 season, and we are so close to finally getting a playoff spot. As you can see, we're not really in much of a chance of winning the division now. We're 12 games away from the Atlanta Braves, and unless they have an absolute catastrophe, I don't think we're going to be doing that one. But we are only 1.5 games back in the wild card spot, so that's what we're going to be looking at. But of course, we do have roster expansion day today, so that's what I'm going to be talking about first. We brought up quite a few players. The first one who comes into the bullpen is Nick Whitgren. You may remember him in the previous season. He actually won the Pitcher of the Year award in AA last year. He did do very well. He posted very good numbers. He came up into AAA this year and didn't do too badly. His ERA could do with a little bit of work. He is only 26 years of age, though, so he's getting the call up. Don't expect him to do too much. I believe he came up in spring training and didn't really do much, but he certainly deserves that call up, as you never know. I mean, our bullpen's been battered around a bit lately, so that extra hurler in there could do us the world of good. The next player to talk about is Justin Bond. He is our third baseman down in AAA, and he posted very good numbers, so he certainly deserves a call. Last year he struggled a little bit. He only went 240, but this year he seems to have really come into his own. He'd been playing AAA all year, where last year, as you can see, he split it between AA and AAA. And this year he posted fantastic numbers, 3.24 ERA, with 30 doubles to go with it. He certainly deserves a call-up. Whether he plays or not, I'm not too sure. He might make a few sort of pinch hit appearances because we're pretty stacked, actually, in third base. I mean, we've got Iglesias and Martin Prado. In saying that, helps if we go back to the right guy. Bond can play second base, not particularly well, and he can play shortstop. I don't see him taking over Joe Panic, and I certainly don't see him replacing Ketel Marte, so he may make the odd appearance here and there. Another guy, I haven't really mentioned him at all, Austin Dean. He came into AAA this year, and he's done very well for himself too. Last year in AA, he went 2.64, and he actually improved ever so slightly, not a great deal, but ever so slightly in AAA. I don't expect him to post anything, really. He's more of a backup. As you can see, he's day-to-day with an injury. He had a mild calf strain, so he's out for a few days. We might see him again, make a few pinch appearances, but I don't expect him to be our saviour. Casey Soltis, we should all know him. He came up after Nori Aoki got injured. He was one of these guys that I just promoted into the active roster out of frustration more than tactical nous. But he did very well when he came up. He did cool off a little bit. He went 228 for the year at that point, which is when I decided to put him back down in AAA because Nori Aoki was fit and healthy. But he comes back up, and he actually is very good. He's improved quite a lot since we last saw him. So he will probably knock Nori Aoki out of the spot, and he might carry on in centre field for all we know. And the last one to bring up is Abraham Almonte. Remember, we picked him up in the trade with San Diego in June, right at the end of June, in fact. He did very well to start the year with us, and then went south very quickly. Perhaps I was a bit brash in demoting him down to AAA, but he certainly deserves the call back up, and you never know, he could make that centre field spot his own as well. So we've really improved the squad by promoting some of these players. Let's hope that it actually works, because as I say, we're sitting a game and a half back from the wildcard spot. Now what will happen is once we get a bit close, once we sort of get like 2.5 weeks out, that's when I'm going to start perhaps going game by game, just to ensure that we don't miss out the excitement. You'll remember... Oh, there you go. Oh, no. I was totally confused then, because it said Marlins clinched the wild card, and I thought, hang on a second. But that's our Gulf Coast League, so there you go. Shows what an idiot I am. Martin Prado, you remember in the previous episode, he wanted an extension, and we signed him to another year. His salary goes down a little bit, down to 1.9, I believe. Oh no, there you go, 1.4. There you go, he's on 1.9, so it goes down to 1.4. It's only for a year, but he's done very well, and he certainly deserves it, and he's still putting up very good numbers, considering his age. So he's certainly hanging around. We've actually got a series against Philadelphia coming up, and then Atlanta. If we can sweep the Phillies and take a couple of games from Atlanta, we're in with a real chance. Still 1.5 games back from Colorado, as you can see. home runs, Mazzara and CJ Cron are actually leading the National League. Derek Dietrich, an ex-Marlins player, who I regret to inform any of the new viewers that I actually traded him away thinking he was awful. And he's right up there too. But we are a game ahead now of the Cardinals and the Rockies. Oh, this is so tense. I don't think I can handle it. But we have got another trade proposal. Again, for new viewers, Boston have been trying their hardest to give us Hanley Ramirez. Why, I don't know. Because we don't need a left fielder. And yes, we could probably do with another third baseman. Prado's not the best, but he's certainly not doing that poorly. But Hanley Ramirez is on stupid money. So I'm just going to reject that outright. I wish they'd actually take the hint. So we actually had a doubleheader yesterday against the Braves. As you can see, we lost one and won the other. We're now playing Washington. God, I hate these divisional games because we just need to keep winning. We're only a half-game lead now in the wild card. Oh, this is tense. If for any reason it goes silent, then I've probably just had a heart attack. But then, in saying that, this is probably not going to make it onto YouTube if that happens. We actually lost Jose Fernandez for a few days. It's not worth taking him off. He's only out for 5 days. But that's a real blow. So he's probably going to miss his next turn in the rotation, which is a little bit frustrating. But we will pause quickly. Let's have a quick look at the standings. So how are we doing? We're still holding that wildcard spot. We're half a game ahead of the Cardinals. 1.5 ahead of the Rockies. We're only 9.5 games back now from Atlanta, so we've closed that gap ever so slightly. Oh, this is so tense. My heart is thumping in my chest because I really want to try and get into the playoffs this year if possible. And there you go. We're now half a game back. But look how tight it is there. That is, unbelievable, isn't it? Playing Baltimore. See how Baltimore getting on. They're 70-72. Now we've got Tazawa back as well, so that's excellent. That's another player in that bullpen. Hopefully he doesn't. They don't replace Bobby Parnell as our closer because Bobby Parnell's been doing very well. Made 12 saves. I really don't want to lose Parnell, but because Tazawa, I think he struggled a little bit. He only made 10 saves, and his ERA is sort of through the roof a little bit. So hopefully they don't replace him because that could be the end of our run really. But as you can see, we're back in there again. We're game ahead, game and a half now. Oh, I don't want to give running commentary like that because I know you guys aren't stupid, but we are starting to pull away, aren't we? Oh, this is absolutely stressful. We're only 4 games back from the Braves. We could win the division here. We're 3.5 games ahead of the Cardinals, so we've just won 6 in a row. Oh, we could do this. We could totally do this. Let's have a quick stop then, because I think we've only got about 2 weeks to go. Let's have a look at our schedule. So how have we done? So we swept Washington. We swept Baltimore. We split the series with the Mets. Look at that. We won 3 out of the 4 against Atlanta. That's fantastic. The Mets is going to be a tough one because they're very close to us. And then we've got the Phillies. And how do we finish? Atlanta and then Milwaukee. So that's going to be the big one, isn't it? Those 3 games. I mean, if we keep this form up, we could be going into the playoffs. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because it'll be famous last words. But if we do make the playoffs, that'll be in tomorrow's episode because I'm too excited to be able to think clearly here. Oh, please don't tell me we've lost someone. No, player development update. Let's see how we've got on. So Tyler Higgins, he's improved ever so slightly. That's good. Jake Thompson, he's been a big disappointment, hasn't he? He's fallen away quite a lot. As you can see, his current stuff rating has just dropped. Varnova's not doing too badly. Adam Connolly, he's doing well, although his stamina's dropped a little bit. Excuse me. Tim Federowicz, he's been on a slow decline. Justin Bauer, he's not doing much better. CJ Cron his contact has dropped. And his current power has dropped as well. We don't want that, do we? Austin Dean, now he was that left fielder who we brought up and decided to give him a chance. He's made 2 appearances for us. He hasn't made 2 starts, made 2 appearances. But he's improved on leaps and bounds, so he's obviously benefiting from the big club. Ben Revere's fallen away, which is really disappointing. I'm not going to be renewing his contract. He's out still for ages, and he's a free agent, as you can see at the end of the year. So say goodbye to Ben Revere, ladies and gentlemen, because he won't be coming back for us. Anyone else? Carter Capps, he's been disappointing down in AAA, and his current and potential ratings have just fallen. Lei Batista, he's improved, hasn't he, a little bit? Yeah, his current has actually improved quite a lot there. Cole has been injured down in AAA, not expecting a great deal from him. CJ Robinson, relief pitcher, now he has improved massively in AA. His velocity's improved as well. This guy could be one to watch. He's only in AA. He's 24. He's still got a bit of time to develop, but that is a worry. Injury history is fragile, so I don't think we're going to be getting a hugely long career out of him. Anyone else? Jack McPherson, again, he keeps cropping up, doesn't he? He's improved. His power rating has improved, and his defensive rating at catcher has improved, which is very good. Isaiah Soto, now, I might trade him away because he's still got a little bit of potential there, but I haven't. Every time I look at these player development reports, he's always dropping. You know, he's just sort of, a phrase that I use is treading water. So I might look at trading him away in the off season. Now that's the end of the week, and we did beat Philadelphia 4-2. So we've now got 3 games against Atlanta and 3 games against Milwaukee. So 6 games to go. I might do this day by day. And we are now a game ahead of St. Louis. Pittsburgh has collapsed. We're 4 games away from Atlanta. Oh, if we can sweep Atlanta. Now, I'll tell you what, just to add to the suspense, who have Atlanta got after us? They've got the Mets after us. And we've got Milwaukee. So the Mets are eliminated, 74-82. We've got Milwaukee, who are 67-89. We've got a real opportunity to win the division here. A real opportunity. I just can't believe how quickly we've turned around. Previous month, August, we were a little bit average, weren't we? But now we have a real possibility, and we just beat Atlanta 4-3. I'm gonna go as slow as possible here because I want to milk this for all it's worth. CJ Cron, by the looks of it, was the hero. Yeah, with a home run in the 6th inning to break the deadlock. Oh, Jose Fernandez, he's back. He pitched 7 innings, did very well. So we've closed that games behind now to 3 to Atlanta. We're 1.5 games ahead. So we've more or less got a wildcard spot. Another couple of wins, and the wildcard spot is ours. But I don't really want to go into the wildcard. That loss didn't help. 9-3 loss to Atlanta in Game 2. You can't win them all, can you? If we can win another one. They got 14 hits against us. Adam Conley. Look how long he lasted. You're not going to win games when your starting pitcher goes a third of an inning and gets absolutely driven out of the game. That's a little bit frustrating, isn't it? I'll just quickly check what this news item is. Oh, it's just the preview. So come on, can we win another one? And we did. And we are in the playoffs. It's taken 3 years, but we are headed to the playoffs. There it is. There's confirmation. We are heading to the postseason. And we can still win the division. That is incredible. I am so thrilled. We beat them 10-3 to do it, and we just battered them all over the park, didn't we? Look at that. Everyone chipped in with hits by the looks of it. Even Bumgarner, I mean, of course, pitcher to rake. Did he get anything? No. Mazzara got 2. Kyle Schwarber got a home run. That's incredible. And Bumgarner went 7 innings. Oh, I'm so pleased. We're finally in the playoffs. Unfortunately, the wildcard game is just a dice roll, isn't it? We all know that. So if we've got to win our next 3, and Atlanta have got to lose their next 3. So I don't like our chances. I'll be brutally honest with you. But if we can do it, that helps because we've won 9-6 over the Brewers. Mazzara, the hero again, he's just come in right at the end. Almonte hit a triple. Mazzara, look at that, 3 on, just hit a grand slam. Mazzara hit a grand slam in the 9th inning. Even Martin Prado chipped in with his 5th of the year. Oh, and Atlanta lost. I was going to say Atlanta lose, but Atlanta lost. Thank you, New York. Just do that 2 more times, and it's game on. Come on. And we won again, but we're 2 games behind, so we can't do it. So Atlanta have clinched. We came agonisingly close. Last year we were 1 game away from 500. This year we could possibly finish 1 game away from winning the division. But we're in the playoffs, which will certainly please Jeffrey Loria. As you can see, everyone. I mean, Almonte's come back in and seems to be doing very well. He seems to be in a bit of a hot streak at the moment, doesn't he? But everyone's just batting out the hits. Fernandez with another win. He only went 5 1/3 though. Oh, I can't believe that. We're going to fall agonisingly short, aren't we? And we did. We won our last game, 6-2 as well. So we swept Milwaukee and we finished 2 games from the Braves. Oh, that's agonising. But we did run away with the wild card in the end. I mean, what a finish to the season. Oh, that is fantastic. And if we have a look at the power rankings, we're ranked number 1. What a turnaround. So how did we go? So in September we went 19-9, which is as good as our month in May. So they're our 2 best months. And then in October, our only loss was against Atlanta. If we'd have beaten Atlanta in that game, oh, we could have done it. We could have done it. That 9-3 loss cost us. Oh. So the wildcard game, it looks like, I didn't actually see because I'm too excited. So we are playing the Pittsburgh Pirates in the wildcard game. They've not had a great deal of success in the real world in the wildcard, have they? So I like our chances, and they fell well back from Chicago. I think, I'm pretty sure what we'll do is we'll just go to the beginning of September, if it ever loads, and see exactly... Oh no, so I take that back. They were never actually in with a chance of winning the division. I felt sure they were actually leading the division, but obviously not. So, we are in the wildcard spot. And we're playing the Pittsburgh Pirates. That game will be tomorrow. I'm going to live comment. I'm not going to be managing it. I'm just going to be commentating over the top of it so you guys can be just as excited and giddy as I am if we win. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick recap of the season so far. Actually, I take that back. I'll do a quick recap of the month, purely because we'll do the recap of the season when it's actually over, because our season is not over. We are going to the postseason, and I am so thrilled about that. So as we have a quick look then at our pitchers for the month of September, I will quickly flick over to October as well, just because we did so well. Madison Bumgarner. Adam Conley went into a bit of a cold streak there, but he did go 280 for the month of September, which is very good. Jose Fernandez did very well. Bumgarner was a little bit disappointing. Ivan Nova actually put up very good numbers. In his 5 starts, he got 3 wins. Jake Thompson, he's been a major disappointment. But of course, we did lose Henderson Alvarez. But that seems to have given us the kick start that we needed. Grant Dayton, he did very well too, 309. Kendry Flores, he came up, he went 368. Tyler Higgins only made a handful of appearances there, but he didn't give up any earned runs. Boone Logan, he had a very good month. Look at that. Made 15 appearances, ERA of .77, so you can't complain about that. Joe Ortiz did very well. Bobby Parnell as well, 461. Matt Ramsey, 292. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted because I just saw Nick Whitgren has an ERA of 67.5. So perhaps he's not ready to come up. He's made 1 1/3 innings and he's been absolutely smacked all over the joint. So that's really disappointing. So he played in those... How many games did he play there? He played in quite a few games by the looks of it. And his first game he did very well. He got the loss. Oh no, I take that back. He got absolutely battered. We had 6 runs on 4 hits. Oh, that's poor, isn't it? Gave up 2 walks. Then he came in with Washington, did a little bit better, but still nothing spectacular. Against Baltimore, he did pitch 1/3 of an inning. He was all right on that one. And then he pitched 2 2/3 there against Atlanta in that game that we lost, actually. And he gave up a run, not that it mattered. So unfortunately, Nick Whitgren won't be staying in this team. As we have a quick look then at the lineup, actually Tozawa is our closer. Sorry to go back. Tozawa is our closer. So Bobby Parnell's been put back into the relief role. I didn't actually notice that initially. But Tozawa, he's not been very good, has he? Let's have a quick look actually for October. Not that there's going to be a great deal of stats. I can't really judge these too badly. Adam Conley was that one that only went a third of an inning in that game that we lost to Atlanta. I mean, his ERA, you have to laugh at that, don't you? But I mean, I'm not going to criticise him because he's been lights out this year. He's been playing so well. Anyone else that really stands out? Tozawa did actually improve his ERA in October, but damage was done then. So, I mean, you can't really talk too much about statistics, can you, in such a small sample size? Let's have a quick look then at the lineup. Month of September. All these guys did so well. Raul Muto, he's day-to-day, so it looks like we're going to be starting with Federowicz at catcher for our game against Pittsburgh, but he went 238. Raul Muto, certainly the better batter, and probably the better catcher as well. I haven't really spent too much time looking at their defensive ratings, but by the looks of it, he's leaps and bounds better than Federowicz, so we're on a slight disadvantage there. Justin Bohr, he made 27 appearances, no starts though, but look at his rating, 409. Very good. His ops over 1,000 there, so really thrilled about that. CJ Cron, he's in a hot streak. He went 272 for the month of September. How many home runs? He only got 4 home runs, which was beaten by Schwarber and Mazzara. I mean, Mazzara, yes, he's definitely on a hot streak. Joe Panic, 340 for the month of September. He seems to be finding hits now at the correct end of the season. Jordy Valdespin, he made 1 start, made 15 appearances, 273. Can't complain about that. I feel like I've perhaps been a bit harsh on him because he's nothing spectacular, but he's been putting up decent numbers. He's just under 250 for the year, so I can't really complain, which is certainly an improvement. In 2015 was the last time he actually played in the big team, and he went 219. He didn't make that many appearances, so perhaps I was a bit harsh in demoting him. Jose Iglesias, he's cooled off a lot, hasn't he? 212 for the month. Martin Prado, 361. This guy has got it. He's rewarded me offering him a contract by thumping out quite a few hits, and I am thrilled with that one. Ketel Marte, 305. Can't complain about him. Nori Aoki, he found his starts almost dry up completely since we brought our Monte back, and Casey Soltis as well, looking to make pinch hit appearances. Austin Dean, he came up. He only made those 2 appearances that I mentioned about earlier. Kyle Schwarber, 265. He's very good. 5 home runs, not bad, is it? 19 RBIs though. Same with CJ Cron and Mazzara. So all 3 of them really pitching in well. Casey Soltis, as I said, he made 21 appearances, but he only went 118. That's a little bit disappointing, but you can't expect him to do too much. Abraham Almonte has been a surprise. I should have kept him in the team, and I'll put my hand on my heart with that one. That was my fault. I was perhaps a little rash in demoting him because he looks very good. In fact, I don't even know how old he is. He's only 28. He's got possible arbitration at the end of the year. Possibly? Yeah, no, he probably won't. So we're going to keep him around, definitely. He went 267, which is very encouraging. Got 17 runs, batted in 15. Yeah, he got a couple of triples as well. And looks like he can clear the fence a few times as well. This man, though, Nomar Mazzara, hit a grand slam, which we saw earlier. Can this guy do anything wrong? 255 for the month of September. But if we go and have a quick look in October, 423, and he got 3 home runs in those 7 games. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So we are going to the postseason. We are playing the Pittsburgh Pirates. We should be home for that encounter. Pop a like on there if you enjoyed today's episode, because I know I did, and we'll see you tomorrow for the wildcard game, and hopefully a few more games after that. Thanks for watching.